Good morning, world, and all who inhabit it. I'm trying. Alright. So I'm going to be playing some more Spyro again after my my admittedly kind of, not necessarily a failure of a debut, but, you know, unfortunately we had some really nasty disconnects throughout the entire thing, and that kind of led to a few issues. But with that, we will try our best to try to make this one a fun one regardless. So yeah, I mostly just kind of decided to keep going from where I was on everything. I didn't want to move around too much. But I don't know if it was hurt or not, but I am going to try to do this without killing any of the bulls, and I am failing at it miserably. Alright. So we've got that. Yeah, but unfortunately I'm not able to completely do this from the start because a lot of the stuff was already done when I got here. But yeah, we are, let's see here. Not dead yet. Man. Yeah, but you know the let's see. I hear the reason why the bulls get so angry at the bullfighter is actually unrelated to the color red. Apparently, it's the it apparently has to do with the way that they wave it around to taunt them. Which Spyro is my favorite. Spyro 2, without a doubt. That was the one that I probably played the most over the years.
I'm getting a little winded.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, the voice acting in this one I honestly think is a bit better than the original. In some cases, I do think that there were some areas where it was a little bit not quite as good. Let's see. I think the Romeo and Juliet one in Spyro 2. They completely lost the joke on Juliet's voice in that one. But, you know, that's just kind of how it is. There we go. Thought you could get away from me, did ya? Okay, wait, how are we doing on all of our stuff here? Wait. Okay, I'm still sitting on about 75 gems missing. Yeah, but I'll probably maybe spend the next few streams maybe trying to run through the whole trilogy. I'm mostly going to sort of be at least low-key speedrunning, though at least trying to make sure I take my time to give it a 100% completion rate. I've already met the requirements for Peacemakers, or I think it was Peacemakers. I can't remember for sure. But yeah, it really is. Unfortunately, the sometimes the remakes just kind of have that sometimes they just kind of lack some of that charm that the original did. Like the in Spyro 2 there were those the little guys in the buckets in I think it was Far Harbor. And they just weren't. I really liked them because they were really cute in the original. But I just feel like it just wasn't as good. Let's see, we're still missing 7 gems. 7 gems. I can math, I promise. Oh, yep, this is a very common position to be in. I know I can just look for where they are. Sparks will tell me where they are if I ask, but I'm not gonna go doing that. That'd be cheating. Oh, well. There we go. And we got it completed. Now let's see, was there anything after this one? Oh. Yep. That's how it is. I'm taking it too fast. That's my problem. I guess my epic speedrun strats are being used against me now. Well, I broke the non-lethal thing. But you saw. I got them all alive. I can assure you that that lag is not on the on my full that is on my on the Switch. That's not on the Yeah, but I admit it's and you know, I think it's funny when it does happen. I always laugh because it's just okay. Oh geez. Well, this is an awful position to find yourself. Oh, never mind. Oh yeah, no, but it's important to understand. We all make mistakes. We just gotta make sure that we take those mistakes and live with them, you know, and try to make sure that we use them as a way to do it again. Too bad even when I was messing around with this to test the sound beforehand, unfortunately that was not the first unfortunate death I had today. But yeah, you know, but I'm trying. Now, I don't think I cleared this one yet. I had it opened, but... Alright. And let's see, I ran through this one maybe about 5 or 6 times, I think. Wait. And I'm already using the wrong button. Alright. Now let's see if I can do this on my first try. Going for the world record here. Alright. Oh, these planes are awful. Yeah, these guys aren't. Yep, there's that. This is gonna be what kills this run, I think. Okay. Got that. And that! Got him. Alright. Alright, cool. Okay. And... oh, I feel like I completely messed this up already. Oh well. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna get the world record time on my first try, obviously. You know, and that takes years of very viciously trying to oh, yep, yeah, I don't know if I can make this now. Well, that's why we've got the reset button. Yep. End of the line. I did pretty well regardless. I mostly just kind of messed up on my start on that one. Okay. But you know, that's how these are. The speedways are always rough, but I think Spyro 2 did them better, and that was not how you do it. Alright. Okay. I got that. And that one. And another one, because I missed him. There we go. Okay, wait, and we have to... okay, so we'll start here. Admittedly, this is not the most exciting speedway to watch. Oh, come on. I can make this. It isn't over yet. There we are. Oh no. Come on now. And... ooh, can we make it? No, we cannot. Well, it's those planes, man. Those planes. They're ruining it. Alright. Yeah, I mean, you know, and I mean, this isn't like a bad speedway or anything. It's really good. It's a good one for you to get your feet wet in initially. It's just like the, there's just other, more exciting ones. Ones where you kind of get some more, need to get some more, twitch movements out of it, I guess I'd say. Though if you want to look at some, like, really, like, hardcore speedways, I think, like, Spyro 2's, I think, were definitely better. But that's also because they had the cool challenges in them. And honestly, out of all of the games, I never really played Spyro 3 all that much. I mean, I've completed it. I've completed the whole trilogy 100% over the years. It's kind of just been a little bit of a, you know... Well, it's always been a bit of a very meaningful series to me. Whoa, got a bit close there. Come on now. Nope, I didn't play many flight sims over the years, what can I say? There's that. Yeah, that's it. This one's always a bit rough because it kind of demands a bit from you. Okay, maybe if I just take that, then we start with this. Oh, we'll take that one too. We could use the extra stuff. And then we'll destroy these. And hopefully we don't end up completely killing ourselves. There we are. 2, 3. It's number 4. But we can't call that one number 5 because it's number 4 now. That. Come on. You. Yeah, but now, I'm not very, yeah, this one is a bit of a rough one, just because the, it's the distance between stuff that makes it hard, I think. Also because I do not have the pattern of those planes down, like, one bit. Okay, so we'll destroy that one. And that one. And then... Oh, geez. Okay, so I guess we'll just go after the chests now and hopefully not die while getting... Oh, geez, can I get out of here through the top? I can't remember. Yeah. Okay, and... Okay, we can't. Cool. Okay, so that means that I can, at the very least, hopefully find Mr. Train somewhere around here. No? Okay, well, I guess that's just how it is. We gotta clear it all to get the victory bonus out of it. I am very happy though. It seems like it seems like the connection has been pretty good this time. I put a lot of effort into trying to rework all of my connections to make sure that everything is everything's functioning. Okay. So we're going to... I feel like I'm losing a couple of seconds off of this, but but I think, provided I'm able to not completely get killed by those planes. At least they're not shooting? Alright. Well, but I guess if I was going for a hardcore Spyro speedrun, well, I probably wouldn't have gotten it by now. I've heard some pretty crazy times though on the original PS1 versions. So like the let's see, the original I think it maybe like it might be something around like 20 minutes or something like that. But that's with glitches, obviously. Yeah, but speedruns are crazy sometimes. Just some of the stuff they go through. Okay. We're getting there. Got like... Oh no. Come on. There we go. Oh, no. There we go. You get all flustered and the next thing you know, you... Oh. Booey. That's how it is. Alright. Time for attempt number... however many. We're just gonna keep going till we win. I think I've almost got it though. Okay, we're gonna get... No, okay, we're giving that a hard reset. I mean, I'm not gonna say that it was completely unsalvageable, but that would have been really hard, and I probably wouldn't have been able to manage that. Yeah, I have watched a few people who, yeah, like I might have seen some of his videos. I can't remember for sure, but yeah, like they're like, yeah, it's some of the stuff that I've seen on speedruns are just insane. The kind of effort that people go through to make them happen. Okay, we got that. Got that. There we go. I could have tried to go for 2 for 1 there, but that was not how it was. And now we gotta... At least they don't move as fast as I do. Yeah, but I always enjoy seeing stuff like that, like how people get crazy times and stuff like that. I remember that for the longest time, like one I think I remember very distinctly when I saw it was Super Mario Sunshine speedruns. Something like being able to completely skip like a good chunk of the game by like somehow managing to clip through this, I don't know, I haven't played Super Mario Sunshine, admittedly. Maybe I will one of these days, maybe I will. But, yeah, but you had to basically clip through this thing to get one of the, I think it was one of the shine sprites. I can't remember what they were called. Yeah, but like it shaved like I think it shaved hours off the game, I think. Anyways, we did it, and it's only after I calm myself as much as humanly possible. Of course, I always do best when I don't focus. But anyways, that's 900 down, only 10,000 to go, I think. Or something along those lines, I can't remember. Yeah, I needed that. Yeah, but okay, wait, let's see. I think all that's left now is Toasty. I think I've gotten everything else out of this. Wait. Oh wait, I don't think it'll tell me. Oh well. No. I will say one thing I find really, it's really hard. You ever go from like playing on PS4 to playing on literally any other console? It's awful because like the A and B buttons are switched. Because for whatever reason they felt the need to make X everything. Even though the origins of all of that, like the reasons why X is the the X was supposed to be for it's a Japanese thing. The X is supposed to represent saying no basically, and the O is supposed to be for confirmation. And these dogs, oh man, these dogs. I feel bad, but they hit first. And they are very dangerous. Oh jeez. I swear every time it's so jarring to go around, like, when the buttons are switched. Alright, then. Oh, well, there we are. That's a flat dragon. But, yeah, so we got that down. Alright. Reigniting. Alright. So we got that. Ugh. Yeah, I remember these dogs, that they wrecked me so hard as a kid. like when I was really little. Because I just didn't know how to avoid them. You have to charge to avoid them. But it's really hard to remember to do that. Oh, hey! Thanks for coming. Oh, this is the most activity I've ever had on a stream. And I admit I am probably taking it better than I thought I would. I guess that just goes to show that stuff isn't often as bad as when you finally do experience it. And I swear I hit that. But it did not register. Man, those shepherds and their little dances. Yep. Alright. Hello, Nevin.
Nasty Nork has put one of his most devious henchmen in charge of the artisan world.
Bring him on!
Yeah.
I think I smell a barbecue.
Barbecue,
Be
eh?
careful, Spyro. Toasty has
Let's see.
many tricks up his sleeve.
I can confirm that that is a bold-faced lie. Toasty is incredibly easy. The only trick he has up his sleeve is... Well, you'll see it. You'll see it. It's... And it is quite devious, I can assure you. Or so he rejects the natural order of the universe. See, look at that. Look at that. That's not how sheep are supposed to be. Actually, wait, did this game come out, did the original Spyro come out before or after Chicken Run? Because that's like what that reminds me of. Like that one part of it where they, like where they tried to impersonate a human. Okay, wait, we're missing a couple. Okay, so we got two. You know, I think there was some at the start I might have forgotten to grab. Yeah, but the, yeah, but I admit I, was a bit concerned. Wait. Yeah, so maybe this did inspire something. I can't remember. I forget exactly when the original Spyro came out. I know it's definitely an older game than I am, but not by like a ton. Well, it might be like actually can't remember when the original. Oh wait, I hear the cackles of a shepherd. He's somewhere around here. Okay, there's always that one little area that they want to just leave out there so you don't get to it. Nope, not that. Not gonna let me do that. Oh, that is very frustrating. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. I have a feeling this was... Oh. Seems not as... Okay, yeah. There we go. Okay. One more die. Let's not die here. There we are. Yeah, for me, my, yeah, the first video game system I ever had was the original PlayStation. Yeah, because, yeah, and this is the, first video game I ever played. Well, the original, not the remake, obviously. I'm very, yeah, it's funny. I actually own every, that is the only, that and the 5 are the only PlayStations that I don't own. Yeah, I'll probably switch over to PC myself, once I'm able to really, you know, bump up my, actually get a PC that's a bit more, less of a, potato. I mean, I want to go from, like, you know, 100 potatoes, which is, like, my current PC, to, like, 1,000,000 potatoes, you know? Which is probably not physically possible at the moment, but it'll happen. It'll happen. But yes, I do think that the potato is the best metric for determining how good a PC is.
Wow! I see you've been busy rescuing dragons, Spot.
Yeah, that's kind of how I am. Yeah, like, just having a better PC in general is always just a... It's just...
Ready to go?
Yeah. We're done here. Goodbye, artisans. I hardly knew ye. Well, actually, I know you so well that I can clear you in probably under 30 minutes, but... You know what? That's just how it is sometimes. Yeah, but frame rates like that are why I definitely want to switch to PC. It just suddenly dropped all like that. Though honestly, this game's not really too bad about frame drops. It's mostly just on the, Oh, really? 101... Oh, come on. Ugh. I gotta step up my game. If I'm not careful, I'm gonna end up getting... I'm gonna be lost in the dust. I gotta at least move up to 102 potatoes. Maybe if I get a better sound card, that'll be it. You know, it's all about those little increments. One day you will get there.
Welcome to Peacekeepers. Look how our treasure has been stolen and turned against us. Please, recover our
I really don't
treasure,
know what he
Spyro.
means by turned
Like
against
treasure.
us.
Got it.
Oh. Man, that just made me sad. Only a single French fry, not even a full potato. I'm pretty sure my phone is at least 6 potatoes. But there was once a time when I did not have when the best that I had was literally my phone. Because it was just because I was working with a laptop for the longest time. It wasn't until I decided to be a VTuber that I ended up actually getting a half-decent PC. But that's how it is, you know, it's all about working on increasing what you... It's all about trying to make everything I don't know, better, something. I don't know. I'm losing track of where I was talking about. Yeah, but PC is fun. Yep, that's how it was for me for the longest time. Yeah, then when I decided to get a PC, I made sure that thing was packed with so much RAM. Of course, then I realized the graphics card on it was garbage, so I had to get that resolved, but, you know. No, but like if you really are looking into some good PC tips and tricks, there's a lot of a really good method for getting something a little bit better that I've at least found is pretty effective, is starting with a office PC and then just upgrading like the GPU in it. Like my current rig I think can run maybe around I haven't actually tried it myself, but I think I've heard that it's capable of doing Grand Theft Auto 5 at like 30 FPS, something along those lines. Which is pretty impressive because the base of the PC is like, I think it's a 2011. Yeah, it's a Dell, nothing special. But yeah, but there's always plenty of you know, just, you know, there's the budget options can be pretty good in some cases. Also, one thing that I don't think I mentioned here was how great the sound design is in this game. Ugh. Gotta try to keep myself from getting too, dehydrated. Yeah, but like the sound design, it's really, like, I really like the little taps that you hear as Spyro's claws hit the ground. No, this was something I was really excited when I got the news that it was actually coming out. All right. But or how good is the Huawei exactly? But the yeah, what I'm running these days though is a or at least what my phone is, the let's see, I've got a Galaxy S10e, I think. Yeah. It's the slightly cheaper model of the S10e. You know, it's kind of funny because I know that Crash typically, I mean, like, if I had to go over my own impressions of between Crash and Spyro, I would say that Crash universally has appeared to be more popular from what I've seen on everything. But between the two, I just never really grew up with Crash. I really can't have much of an opinion on it. I mean, I've had, you know, I've always kind of had a few personal, somewhat strong opinions on, you know, like whenever it's, you know, whenever I definitely would, I would kill to see Spyro and Smash Brothers. That is one that I would love to see. You know, so between him and Crash, obviously, you know, so that naturally means that Crash probably wouldn't end up happening in that case. But yeah, but I always preferred Spyro mostly just because I just never really had much of a perspective on Crash specifically. Just because I just never really grew up with it. Maybe I will check out the series one of these days. I don't know. Might be something to look into. One thing I will say, it's always a good time to be a streamer these days because there's so much stuff out there. You know, you really never know, honestly. Because I'm, you know, because there's probably, I mean, you know, the question at that point I really don't think would be about a Nintendo. Because I think even Banjo is considered something that was a bit much to recommend, you know, recommend. And that happens. So, you know, we'll see. I don't know for sure if it will happen at this point. My personal position at this point is that I think that I don't really expect the rest of the DLC characters there to be anything too incredible, I guess. I don't know. But then again, you never do know. But I suppose that always just comes down to personal opinion, how anything, what is and isn't considered, you know, cool. Yeah, I thought, yeah, Cloud was one that kind of made me laugh. That I thought Cloud was particularly funny because just because it was just kind of funny because of all the games they decided to get a character from. It was a character from a game that was never on a Nintendo console. I mean, I guess you did have, I guess you could argue Snake, but even then Snake at least had the Twin Snakes remake at that point. Let's see. Okay, I can't remember for sure where I'm going. Wait. Well, I think it was over here, maybe? There it is! Bringing back that old knowledge from 2005. Oh, well. That's actually really funny. I didn't know that Spyro would do that. Would get caught on stuff. Yeah, that's very interesting. Not like that's really very useful information, but you know, it's always funny to look, you know, to maybe occasionally look behind the curtain, you know. See that time that the developers messed up. You know, it's really funny. I almost feel kind of bad. That is how I've experienced Snake Eater up to this point. Yeah, the 3DS version. And I will say that it is a phenomenal, like, it is incredible that they even got it there. Like, I agree that it's definitely not going to be near what any of the consoles had, but I would say that, like, you know, from the perspective of somebody who is young and didn't have much money and couldn't just go buying consoles like that, getting Snake Eater 3D was a perfectly serviceable port. It was by no means the optimal way to play it, however, because let's face it, that was not something that you would typically want to. That was, you know, definitely not how I would recommend anybody experience any game. Not like it's the first time I experienced something on subpar hardware. Let's see, I think when I first played Metal Gear Solid 5, it was on the PlayStation 3. And I'm sure people will forever give me crap about that one. Okay, wait, I think we've got... Okay, so we gotta get back over there. Because I messed up and didn't get the key before we got to the chest. I remember this game like the back of my hand. Till I don't. In which case it's very alien to me. Much like the back of my hand some days. Especially in the winter, you know, when your hands get all dry. Mm. Mm. Ah. All right. Yeah, no, it's really, like I honestly do admit, like, these ports are always really cool whenever they do happen, because like I really think people I mean, people really are a bit quick to diss them, but I always think that it's, at the very least, it lets more people be able to experience it in some cases. I admit, you know, it can always be questioned whether or not it's actually worth porting, and you know, like, you know, I will forever question the new 3DS Minecraft port. That is a very interesting one, I admit. Also, check out that save right there. That saved me like 5 minutes. No, not even 5. But now, where were those last gems? Let's see, I got the thief. Now we need... Ah, there's more. There you are. Okay. And now you got that one completed. Nothing makes collectathons hard like verticality. Verticality. There's another big word. Yep, but... Alright. And we're gonna move it on along here. Yep, nothing like going through an empty stage because you forgot something around the beginning. Okay. There's that. And finally going home. Yep, everything's looking, yeah, stream's looking pretty strong at the moment. That's very nice. That's very nice to see. Mostly because yesterday was, I really don't know what happened yesterday. like the way everything ended up going. I feel like it, more likely than not, my only guess is that something in the stream might have ended up dying. I have no clue if anybody has an experience with how OBS goes. Where did I come up with my VTuber avatar's design? That is a really good question. It is a combination of a few things. A part of it really was just a lot of spur-of-the-moment decisions as far as my avatar's design. Admittedly, I actually, from the word go, did want to go with the dragon sort of look. So, now, you know, but I didn't know if I could make it work in Vroid, so I was going with a fox for a while there. After a while, though, I decided to go with it regardless. As for the overall look, I was kind of, oh, I got a skill point. I don't really know for sure if those are all that. I actually don't know what those are for. But anyways, so as for the design itself, there were a few things that it just all really just kind of came together, I guess, as I was working on it. Really, I'd say one of the best ways to figure out a design is to just kind of start off in Vroid and then just kind of really just kind of work with it from there. One thing I really kind of liked the off-shoulder jacket design. Yeah, so I went with that. And yeah, I really wish I could give a better explanation on everything, just because there's not, you know, a lot of it just kind of happens, I think. I can't really think of any other ways to put it. I basically just kind of think of a few things I like, and then, you know, and then just go from there. That's at least the best way I would think to go for everything. Whoa! Fastest draw in the West right there. Oh, jeez. That's how it is sometimes. Oh, yeah, I forgot the cauldrons had gems in them. Yeah, but as you can guess, I do really like dragons. I imagine that would be fairly obvious. Oh. Disintegrated them all, War of the World style. Yeah, I mostly, yeah, I admit mine kind of started somewhat with myself, albeit, you know, not quite so, you know, one-to-one or anything like that. Though I guess when it comes down to it, I guess I just kind of wanted something that I thought looked cute, and that was just kind of where it went from there. But yeah, I am a blonde IRL. As for the red tips, I admit that's something I've never done. I've never actually done. But then again, I shouldn't go pulling the curtain back that much, now should I? Also, those thieves, I tell ya, lived their entire lives and never made an honest gem in their lives. But yeah, one thing that I will say is I have considered putting up a few things for the let's see, I think the very first stream I did, the earliest on my channel, uses the 1.0 version of my Vroid.
Charging with your horns? That should do the trick.
I at least do try to have more fun these days. I will say your results may vary as far as whether or not you do have more fun, but then again, I don't know for sure how it is between you know, if there's any if it's specifically the color of the hair, or if it's the or if it's the or if it's your or if it's you know, whether or not you're if you're a natural blonde or not. But I don't know. But then again, I can't gauge how much fun everybody else is having. because I don't know how much fun they're having. But I'd say I definitely have quite a bit of fun most of the time. I'm always looking to enjoy myself just a bit. I'd enjoy myself just a bit too much from time to time, but you know. But there's no harm in indulging here and there. Provided it's not every day, of course. After all, can't get any work done in that case. Really a good thing from time to time. Now, honestly, for me, I feel like I'm kind of letting loose right now. Ah, yes! A big metal box with no locks on it. Or wait. Okay, no, I don't think those are locks. They have a combination. It's a combination lock, but Spyro doesn't have any thumbs, so it's basically impregnable. What can I say? Sometimes you just have to. Sometimes these things just happen, you know?
Hey, what's on the other side of that river?
Why don't you glide there and find out?
I really don't know about that one. It's a bit of an interesting thought. Yeah, I really don't know for sure about the, that might not be a bad idea just because I'm not really affiliated with anyone. So so I guess it probably wouldn't be too much of an issue for me to, it might be a good idea. Oh, I do hope I make this. Kinda did it. But you know what? That's the thing. Sometimes if you refuse to just, do something. Oh, geez. That came up a lot faster and I was not able to see what that was. Hey, and don't get worked up about your design being simple. There's nothing wrong with a little simplicity. I'd even be inclined to argue that mine's a bit simple in comparison to some others. No, I don't really know for sure about how that stuff goes. And for some reason, Sparks does not want to go up there. I guess he's afraid of heights. Don't worry, nothing makes the ground suddenly start. I don't know. Heights are terrifying. Very terrifying.
You've reached the highest point in Clifftown. You can get to almost anywhere from here. If I were you,
I don't know if this
I'd
actually
use
is the
that
highest point,
whirlwind over
though.
there.
Nope. I'm pretty sure this is lower than where the home is. This is the best gliding spot in Clifftown. And I'm sitting on a low battery right now. This is going to end very badly if I don't get that resolved. Let's see. I might have a few cords lying around. I don't know what the best way to go about that is. Well, I guess I probably should go and see that little problem resolved. Yeah, I probably should do that before it becomes a problem. Let's just see here. There it is. Probably should have cut my mic off before doing that, but nothing wrong with living a little. There we are. Yeah, those desyncs. Let's see. Connecting my... do you have to have a profile specifically with VSync or with Restream? Because because that might be where your issue is. You might need to verify there. Or are you saying like you need that like that YouTube like the check mark that you get when you get really far into YouTube? Because at that point, I guess it's like, well, can't really do much with that. Though I'm, oops. Well, can't all be winners. Yep. That's how it is, though. All right. We've got that. Okay, so wait, do we have all the dragons? Yeah, we've got all the dragons, the egg, and all that. You know, YouTube can be really weird about stuff. Like, it can be really hard to get stuff working at times. I wanted to get a live chat going in the stream, but unfortunately it's not, I can't figure out all of the stuff for it. I can't tell if it's on YouTube's end or if it's on, I can't tell whose end it's on. Yeah, sorry, I had to reset everything. Yeah, but I don't know. It's weird because, like, for whatever reason, I've got all the stuff set up with Streamlabs. Everything is supposedly working. I'm able to get stream labels going, which more or less may or may not work. I don't know for sure exactly how all of the data is. I tried subbing to myself on an alt account, and that just did not do. It didn't seem like I got any response out of it. My channel is not updating on that stuff. It's weird. It's really weird. Oh, that is not gonna make it. I need to save up those lives after all. Because there's definitely, I can assure you going to be a point in this game where you need like 20 lives. Without a doubt. Promise. There was never a point in the game when you needed that many. Though I have run out of lives before. And the consequences are quite horrific, I can assure you. Wait. I don't want to cheat. I feel like they're gonna make me. Okay. No. Let's see, I think I saw some over. Oh, yeah. I gotta look for the rocket. It was on top of one of the buildings, I think. So we'll go over there. And nope, not this one. That one. And that's not how you get there. Let's see. Damn. Okay. Yep, trying to remember. It's one of those things. I've cleared. Even though I've cleared the game 100%, I think maybe at least 3 times altogether. Though I'm pretty sure it's more than that, just because knowing how I was as a kid, I had a tendency to just. I didn't really have a ton of games most of the time, and it was really easy to keep me occupied. So what I would typically do is I would take a game that I liked and just play it effectively endlessly. There's so many attempted extra runs that I made of games. Like I'd just start from the very beginning. It's bad. It's bad. It's part of the reason why my overall library isn't that big. Well, it's actually, I think it's fairly sizable, but for somebody who's been playing games for as long as I can remember, it's pretty small. There. Oh, come on, not. Oh, wait. I think there was some over here, in here. Always where you least expect them. Okay, that's 2, but where are the other ones? Yep, no clue. No more leaps of faith, right? Well, you know what? Let's look up here and see if we can't find anything shining in the distance. Man, it's just so crazy when you realize just how different it was back when it was in the original version. Like, I remember back when, you know, they had to, like when everything would just get like when the polygons would go down. Yeah, I know, right? That isn't, it's really an awful feeling because, like, you have those games that you really want to finish, but it's hard to get to. Okay, no, none of those guys have. You know what? It's the pots. It's the pots. I need to, yeah. I think. Yeah, but like you have those games you really want to do, you really want to play and finish, but it never happens. Because, you know, life happens. But I suppose that's just a part of growing up. It's a bit rough, honestly. Even I admit it's kind of difficult to just cut stuff on these days. Though I do admit with some games I might probably want to make a little bit of progress in here and there off camera just because some of it can be a little bit tedious. I probably will next time I play Metal Gear Solid 5 decide to go in with a bit more, go in a bit more, let's see. I'll actually try to have a little bit more stuff unlocked before then so I can mess around with more. Because that game's progression is kind of a nightmare. Oh, I know that. Yeah, a lot of older, especially when like there were the really old cryptic games. One of my the personal regret of mine is the fact that I never got around to finishing Zelda 2. Like, I've completed it all the way up to like the last dungeon, I think, but never actually finished it. That save file is still sitting on my 3DS, waiting. But I don't think it'll ever be finished just because I'm, you know, like when when you stop messing around with something and, okay, fine, I'm doing it. Show me the way, Sparks. Was that where it was now? Well, that doesn't do anything. Though, the assumption is that there's probably only one left at this point. And not be trying to point me into the river. Yeah, but I never finished Zelda 2. And that was kind of one of those ones that I kind of feel bad about just because, you know, I got really close. I just never could quite, There it is. And that is how it is. I am error. I do not know what's up with that one. My understanding of it is that that one is a joke, it is a Japanese joke that did not translate at all. Apparently there was another character, or at least in the original Japanese version, the characters were supposed to be like, one of the characters was supposed to be named Error and the other was supposed to be named Bug. Or Bagu, I think was what it was. I can't remember for sure. I admit I'm mostly going off of like secondhand information. Either way, we are not making good time on our Spyro speedrun attempt. But you know what? We'll call it practice. Call it practice for the day that I dust off the old PS1 and we'll play it for real. Oh, that is a very dangerous prospect. Oh, geez. Yeah, I guess I was asking to get laughed at in that case. I admit, I did find that one. I do admit these guys' eyes did make you kind of laugh. It's especially funny because they are the least threatening of all of the enemies in the game. Oh, crap. Yep, there it is. There it is. Yeah, and that is something I will admit. Though I don't really know for sure if that was necessarily a joke. That was just, I think it was just more so a really botched translation job, as was just standard with the NES.
Doing a good job protecting you. Make sure to keep him strong by feeding him lots of
Yeah, my personal favorite though, out of all of the really bad NES translations, was the victory screen in Ghosts and Goblins. Yeah, that one is without a doubt my favorite example of just awful translation. Let's see, I think it was, I can't, I think that one also might have been a, let's see, I think it was, well, I'm currently working, I'm in the process of learning Japanese, so I can assure you one of these days, I might be able to get you a half-decent translation of that. I'll have to see how that goes. Though, in all honesty, I'm pretty sure that I don't even know if dab exists, and I don't even know if dab is even a thing in Japan. But then again, you know, that's just kind of how trends are.
Keep up the good work, and I know
But hey, I hear that the peace sign began with the Japanese thinking Americans do it, and then Americans do it because they think the Japanese do it. Oh, if you get at them really quick, you know what? That's what we call a sacrifice. But anyways, yeah, that's just how trends are sometimes. They tend to be a little bit, you know, they can have weird origins. Now, let's see here. Is that... Well, not that chest. Not that chest either. Let's see, the Hungarian translate. It's the treasure. How so? How so? Is it just like a really incredible translation? Yeah, but the yeah, but the I don't know. The okay, let's see here. Okay, I'll go down here next because I don't want to do the speed. I want to save the speedway for kind of last. Yeah, but translations are a load of fun to do. Typically, you can't do one-to-one though because that just doesn't work. I don't think that. Let's see. Though in my experience, at least with Japanese, it's been surprisingly linear, like English is. There are languages like that. Just some of them just kind of have that thing about them. Though honestly, I would say that all languages have their weird quirks. Typically speaking, it's hard to say anything without somebody bringing up there, and there, which I do very much know how to differentiate all three. I'm very familiar with that one.
A word of caution, little one. Wait until you grow big.
Because I'm very good at English, or so I like to say to myself. I like to think I'm at least expert level, maybe not native, but you know. But, you know, I know how to use slang. I know how to use the word sus and schmoovin and dab. I'm hip. I'm with it. I am very dead now. Oof. But hey, at least it wasn't a yeet. Am I right? Well, I'm pretty sure that was pretty cringe. Ugh. Oh, man. Yeah, that's kind of how it is sometimes. You know what? Here's the thing to keep in mind. Here's the thing to keep in mind. I have an uncle who was a nuclear physicist. And I can assure you, if you met him, you would... Oh, really? Really? Oh, that's crazy. That's the first, you know? Yeah, that's really interesting. I did not know Hungarian was that difficult to learn. So is that like just in general to speak, or is that like, or is that just to learn? Because that is actually very interesting. Yeah, I know, right? Come on now. If you don't understand how you know, if you can't understand the universal decay theory, I just don't know how I can help you. There's no way. There's no way.
Spyro, some big norks up ahead are wearing
Yeah, now I'm
armor.
just
And in
talking.
the ice cave, armor can make their feet very
Let's see.
slippery.
I can't remember. I'm trying to like think of some really high level stuff, but I really can't at the moment. I mean, my useless knowledge is like, it's very extensive, but it's also very hard to get into that. Yeah, but yeah, no, but I admit, there's you know, that's an important thing though with it when it comes to our understanding of things. There's a lot of ways that, you know, you can look at it. Typically, there's just certain things that are, you know, like you can be really smart with one thing, but kind of dumb with another one, you know. I can assure you, most nuclear physicists probably couldn't make a pizza to save their lives. They can make an isotope like a champ. So I guess maybe they do have you beat on that one anyways. Actually, I don't know if one necessarily makes an isotope. I admit, I don't even completely know what an isotope is. Other than it having to do with the term half-life.
Thank you for releasing me.
Yeah, Japanese is a bit of a weird one to learn. I mean, I'm not necessarily one to sit down and try to say that it's difficult. Well, okay, it's definitely going to be difficult going from, like, if you don't have any other Eastern languages. Japanese is definitely going to be a pretty challenging one to learn. It goes both ways. The languages are just very different for it. But I would typically say that it's a language that I don't regret one bit trying to get into. Even if at the moment my speech in it is completely broken. Because, you know, there's just like a lot of... yeah, but I admit there's a lot of aspects to it that's very difficult. I think it's something to do with like how long a isotope lasts, and wow, that was almost a very tragic end for me. Good thing he valiantly gave his life for that. The only thing I know about a half-life is that there will never be a third one. There's only two. But another game I have not played. You know, as far as people who could be considered, yeah, I mean, I guess when I say specifically Eastern, I guess I more so mean specifically Asian languages. Like, I think it is easier to go from Chinese to Japanese. If you already know Chinese, it will help a little bit more because the structure of the language is a bit more similar in that regard. But if you're going from English, one thing I have heard is basically that if, in order to speak Japanese as an English speaker, you basically have to be able to completely throw out all knowledge of English. The only knowledge you will need from English to speak Japanese is the knowledge of the many words that Japanese has lifted from the English language. Which there are quite a few. Which is another reason why Japanese isn't that awful to get into. It's a bit rough, I do admit. But once you kind of get going with it, it can be a load of fun. Wow, that is really optimistic of you. 35. They're only 35. You're kidding me, right? Unless you're saying, like, it'll be, like, you know, Black Ops 35 specifically. You know, just one particular iteration of Call of Duty. In which case, you know, maybe... You know, in which case, maybe. Maybe.
Well, Spyro. Some dragons thought you weren't ready.
But
I knew they were wrong.
I'm ready, all right.
Hey, there's a lot of things. Yeah, in case you're wondering, I have never played Half-Life 3, well, of course, I haven't played Half-Life 3. The only people, no, but, you know, but I have not played any of the Half-Life games. I'm just trying to. There we are. This one wasn't quite so bad as the other one. This one is a bit more linear, though. Except for the fact that I'm pretty sure there's some... Oh, dear. Hey, that is a legitimate possibility. Though you do have to also consider what language you're starting from as well. Some languages, you know, provide more options for it. And typically, if you learn a language from, you know... your native language is always going to be the probably your best language in any case. Though I have heard plenty of cases of people getting a little bit you know, kind of losing track of their native language because they don't speak it enough. If you, like a proper weeb, decide to move to Japan, for example, and then you get, you know, and you know, you speak Japanese and only Japanese for like 2 years, of course, you know, your English might get a little bit rusty. And that's how it is, you know, sometimes. And that's why just because you know 2 languages does not mean you are a translator. But yeah, no, Japanese is one that I would say definitely go for it if you want to. It's one that does have its uses. 24. Jeez. Yeah, that's just how some series are, though. Like, some just release constantly. Still, though, I do admit there's a lot of yearly series that haven't even hit that point. Though, if you do want to give it the benefit of the doubt on that one, understand that, at least my understanding is that Call of Duty is typically run by like 3 studios, which is how they're able to keep pumping stuff out like that. Or the games are made by like 3 studios. And so, you know, and so they're able to afford to release more games on a more consistent basis. Still though, 24. There exist more Call of Duties than years I've been alive. Which shouldn't surprise me at all, because I'm pretty sure the series is older than me, and I think it's been yearly since inception, but... Actually, was it? Was it yearly? I can't remember. But then again, it's not really a series I ever really followed. But anyways. Always makes me feel a little bit bad when Sparks is just sitting there on blue constantly. But it's just the sign that he's a bit depressed right now. And yeah. Wow, he is still sitting there. I completely forgot he was there. Sorry, Asher, you...
Thanks for freeing me, Spyro.
Uh,
And now...
Yeah.
Where was I?
Oh, you're welcome. And that lame response and lack of any information given to me is, man. And they still manage to have that many, though. Jeez. Though I'm sure that's probably including things like spin-offs and what have you. So maybe it's a little bit less, disgusting. Okay, that would require them to have at least had like a couple, like at least had 1 or 2 years where they released like a few games at once. Though I really can't tell for sure on that one. Wait. There's always that one gem just that never reveals itself. Maybe over here. I don't know. Jeez. Now, I know there's a way up there. I just have to figure out where it is. Because I'm pretty sure that I was once able to get there. Mind you, this was probably a good almost 10 years ago, but, you know. If I found a way to get up on top of those. But, no, there's no way. There is... I don't know. I'm thinking too hard on that. What I need to do is... They don't want me to go. They do. Ugh. Oh, wait. Nope. That ain't it. Well, you know what? It's all about the trial and error. I didn't say this was going to be a no-death run. I just said it was going to be a speed, quote-unquote, run. Or a quote-unquote speed run. Because there's no speed and I'm just trying to get a 100% on it. Yeah, the Japanese writing system is a bit difficult to figure out. One thing I will say, though, about it, I don't know if this applies to Hungarian or not, but the 3 writing systems are a bit intimidating at first, but after you... Okay, no, that's not it either. Thought I saw something. Yeah, but the 3, but having multiple writing systems are... In Japan, the way to figure them out is the, basically there's just a hiragana, which basically contains every sound that the language uses. Then there is katakana, which has all of the, which is basically the same as hiragana, but with a much cooler font. Also, it's predominantly used for borrowed words that are from other countries. And then there's kanji, which is alongside being the worst thing ever, is basically just it's the original Chinese writing system, I think, that Japanese was initially based on when it first came to exist. And oh, hello. Well, that's not how you do it. Away with you. But anyways, but with kanji, the way that you mostly figure that out is it's kind of one of those things that's a bit intimidating at first, but I'd say that as you go on with it, that's when it becomes a little bit more, doable, you know. The way that it all works. That's at least my own kind of not best explanation of it all. Okay, maybe it was over here. Well, I missed a lot. That's how we do it. There's always that one. Alright, level complete. And we're not doing fast travel. I don't do fast travel. So in other words, expect loads of fun when I ultimately sit down and decide to play Skyrim or Breath of the Wild. It's gonna be a lot of walking. Maybe a little horseback riding. Little werewolfing maybe. But no dragon riding. Dragon riding was really, really lame. Alright. Okay. Alright. Ugh. So, we got that at least. 2,331. We are on a roll. So it seems we've gotten a couple of dropped frames. Effectively none, but you know. I guess for anybody who decides to watch the replay, it'll be a spot the lag. Yeah, I know, right? I'm really bad at speedrunning. I'm sorry. I enjoy my games too much. I wanna relish the experience. Oh, but I don't like relish. So maybe not. How's that for your jokes that don't translate? Then again, that actually might translate because relish might be the same in some other languages. It depends on the language. But nah, but trust me, I know all the speedrunning tricks. I know them all. You know, you open the console, and then you know put a few things in it, and then and then next thing you know, you're just at the final level. Dead. Game over. I don't even know why everybody's losing their minds over these perfect these I don't know. Oh, and we're dead again. That is a very horrifying death, by the way. I don't even know what that stuff is. Ugh. Alright. Thank you. I guess I'll see you when I see you next. By the way, thank you for watching. And I am not doing very well right now. Okay, so we got that and that. Now we can maybe make that. And we did it. Cool. Alright, now I think this should be enough to get everything cleared off. A very frustrating result. Oh, okay, there they are. And done with that, at any rate. Now we'll go and do that flight and see what happens. Night flight. Visibility 0. Gotta be a little bit more careful on stuff. I don't know. Then again, I don't know too much about aviation myself, so I guess there is that. One thing I will say I do quite like about Spyro is the almost seamless transitions between stuff. Now I did do a little bit of practice on this one just before I started up the stream. So I might hopefully be able to get a good. This might look really good. I don't know though. We'll have to see what happens there. We're getting there. We're getting there. And we're not getting there now. Alright, do a little... Oh, okay. And that is not how you do it. Well, can't all be winners after all. Oh, there we go. There's that. Come on now. So this one's a lot more linear than the last speedway I did. Yeah, so there's that. Okay, got that. And that. And that. And that. And that. Do this. Just gotta keep everything going. Alright. Okay, provided I don't mess it up, I think I've got this. I think, at any rate. Do I have it, is the better question. Oh no. Come on now. With 1 second to spare. I'd almost say that was Hollywood level. Hollywood level. I think my best time on that is about 1 minute and 16 seconds. So in other words, you could say that I'm really bad at speedways. And you wouldn't necessarily be wrong. You wouldn't necessarily be wrong. Ah. But yeah, that is how it is sometimes. I never claim to be perfect. I only try to give the impression that I am. I fail quite a lot at that. But, you know, but that's the thing here. That's just how growing up is. You just have to make sure that you give it your all where you can. Now we're finishing off with Dr. Shemp, and then we'll head on over to the next world. Which I can assure you I already meet the requirements for. Alright. Oh. Someone pour one out for that guy. He deserved better, I think. Can I get up there? Yeah. Well, I'm safe up here at least. Okay, got that. That. And that. Alright, trying to make sure I can make it look as smooth as possible. Oh, that would have looked so good if I didn't mess up that last bit. Oh well. It's just kind of how it is. Wait. There we go. Made it. Okay, and then we'll go over here. And up there. Now let's see. Yep, and there's that 25 gem one. I can assure you those exist solely because we have to have an even all gem totals have to end with a 0. Well, actually 2 zeros. Because they want to have it be like because they want it to be like
But I tell you one thing.
like in the hundreds. It has to be an increment of hundreds. Anyways. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll ever compare to this guy's coolness, though. Like, you just look at those shades he's got there. Well, okay, that's a bit of an, it's a bit uncool right there, but, you know. But hey, we can't all be the, you know, the coolest person to exist. Oh, alright. These taunts, though. Oh, oops. Now I'm failing. Okay, I am not doing well at all. Just stand still and let him do what he's doing. It isn't until we get over here that it suddenly changes. Yeah, that I didn't see that coming, but I did. And there's that. Yeah, that definitely was there just for padding. All right, and fastest level completion of the day. At least I think that was. I don't know. I guess we'll figure that out in post. You know, but I don't know for sure on that one. So now let's go home and solidify that. And that was a very weird thing that Spyro just did there. But, you know. Just trying to keep myself nice and hydrated. Nothing quite like doing live streaming to make your, to really make your water intake a lot higher. Like, it wasn't until after I decided to do all of this that I suddenly, that I realized I wanted to, that I started drinking as much water as I do. Oh wait, what was the requirement? Oh, whatever. Man, Spyro is a complete jerk. Like, he just jumps on that guy's head like that. You audibly hear him, him like, you know, he is not happy with that. Alright. Wait, no. I thought I could control the camera there. Unfortunately, you can't control the balloon at all. Unlike the, when you're in the, when you're going to a world, or level, specifically. Yeah. Yeah. I have to make sure I maybe have some hot stuff ready next time. Ends up kind of getting the opposite issue of being a bit too dry, you know? But we'll see how that stuff goes. Cosmos. Isn't that just such a fantasy name to have? Cosmos. You can't possibly tell me that is not a main character name. Right? I mean, I think it is. I think it comes across that way. Okay, wait. Yeah, first try. First try. Ah. And I swear those wizards. Wait. What? Did that fall on his head? Alright, that's it. That's it. This is good. I like that. Like it a lot. Come on. Come on now, Mr. Thief. Okay, how about that? How about this? I'll give you Well, now I can't give him gems for it, because if I do that, then I can't get a 100% completion. Okay. And, Know how to turn around, do ya? Well, there we go. Took like a lot of effort. Whole lot of effort. But we did it. We got it. Sometimes I feel bad for the sheep. But then I remember that they have to be punished for what Toasty did. But perhaps that's me being a little bit too harsh.
When you see arrows like these,
What can I say?
you can
The
charge
sheep
along with
the
them
sheep
to
were meant to
begin
be
a
eaten,
supercharge.
not loved.
Supercharge? Excellent.
Go ahead. Try
I'm
it.
kidding. I'm kidding. Well, maybe not completely. I don't know. But very, very unfortunate laugh right there. All right. That.
This portal leads to a special place where you can learn to fly.
We've gotten that. We've been informed of these before, you know.
My wings.
Though I guess this is the first one that isn't kind of hidden, so I guess they kind of just assumed that you probably were going to play that one first. It's an interesting bit of game design now that I think about it. Is that because I think the sheep need to be eaten? Because I mean, I don't know. I never checked it. I never have had any stuff, so you never know it would show up if I ever took any of those tests. But to my knowledge, I'm not. But who knows? You really never do know. That's the thing. Because there's always those few things that you never hear about, or that stuff that's just too obscure for your family to really even know about. Like, I've got a friend who's like 1% Neanderthal, you know. Isn't that something? Or is it Neanderthal? I actually have never had a gyro. I do hear they're good though. But yeah, the Alright then. So I've got. Now I'm just trying to figure out where everything is before I. Maybe we can use this. Give Mr. Thief a surprise. No? Yeah, I wasn't thinking that'd be the case. There we go. Not very good at running, are ya? That's what happens when you get blindsided, though. You just kind of forget stuff is there and then it vanishes. Alright. Now we've got... Well, I guess we'll just go to it all in order. Alpine Ridge. That one really takes me back. I can assure you, this one terrified me when I was a kid. Like, there wasn't a single, like there's these, there's some enemies in this one that always scared the crap out of me when I was really little. Ugh. Doing some Adding a little bit of flair to that flying. Well, that was a lot higher than I remembered it being. Yeah, these guys, they scared me so much when I was a kid. And I'm dead. Seems I should be more afraid of the heights in this case. But then again, that's just kind of how it is sometimes. Alright. I don't mind the stage, it's just these things, they scared me. I don't know what it was about them. Well, you know what? Some people are just a little bit more intimidating than others. I've worked in customer service. I can assure you, there are some very intimidating people out there. Nope. And in his arrogance, the wizard didn't realize that actually letting me through was kind of a bad idea. That's how it is sometimes. Zane. It's one of those names that you kind of become familiar with at some point, but, like, I don't know any Zanes.
Of course not.
Oh, good. I didn't think so.
I mean, I don't doubt that they exist. After all, why else would it show up so much in media? One of those rare names that starts with the letter Z. At least I can't think of many that start with Z. Alright. I can't tell if he's celebrating or if he's terrified. They gotta work on that one. They're having trouble realizing that I'm a bit closer than they might think. Though personally, in my opinion, I think it's a lot more funny if you have them celebrating all the time. Did you see those physics on that? That was crazy. The gems just fell down with the thing. Cool.
Thank you for releasing me.
Ah, and those epic lines. Thank you for releasing me. I'm pretty sure that it shows up at least 5 times throughout the entire game. And I don't doubt for a minute that it was probably a bit more than that. There we are. And these wizards. There we are. Okay. Oh, I did not, I wasn't able to see him rise out of the ground. It's a shame. I always do remember details like that. I think that was one of the things that also really scared me back in the day. Just because he just kind of showed up all of a sudden.
If you keep this up, you'll learn all the tricks of the magic crafter's world.
Now, on that topic, I haven't seen a single female dragon in this entire game. And to my knowledge, let's see, there were a few in Spyro. In Spyro 3, there were plenty of them. The little ones. The babies. There were some females there, but no adults, though. Makes you wonder. Maybe there's some dark reason for that. Or maybe I'm just having an overactive imagination. But, yeah, but I don't think it was until maybe around... Oh man, I think maybe... I only really remember a, one in... Let's see, I think it was A Hero's Tale. That I remember a female dragon that was anything other than, well, a collectible like in this one. Though, in all honesty, there were a lot of really weird extra inclusions in that one. Existed half the time, like the, there was also another one that was, you know, just a straight-up Spyro recolor. But that one was a guy, obviously. Yeah, but it almost gave off those, you know, some of those, you know, original character do not steal vibes, you know? Oh, okay. Alright. It's a challenge then.
Remember that these blue thieves have stolen eggs outside the Magic Crafter's world as well.
Don't worry, I'll take care of them.
Egg theft is definitely something that should always be done. Also, that guy is named after a measure of temperature. What the heck? Just like how Isaac Newton is named after an... Nope, messed up the joke. A unit of force? I don't know. But yeah, they're just trying to make that work. So this is gonna be a bit of a different one. How many laps is it gonna take? I'm thinking at least 3. I probably could have ended it right there. And I messed up. Come on now, we can do this. And then once he gets there, got him. Okay, we gotta be... Yeah, that was what it was. I completely blanked on it. Well, then again, as that one guy whose name I can't remember said on his deathbed, dying is easy, comedy is hard. And comedy is very hard, I can assure you. Especially when he's not really that good at it. Yeah, I know that. I do know that most of the units of measurement are. I do know that most of the units of measurement are typically named after people. You know, you make the discovery, you get to name it after yourself. You know. Though, in all honesty, I do admit it would be. It's a good thing though that the guys who did who did discover these units didn't have like really long names or anything. Like, can you imagine if they had a name like if they had a name that had like 6 syllables in it or something like that? That's when, you know, then we, you know, so then we'd be talking about the so then any conversations about the subject would just be really crazy like that. It's pretty lucky too, because a lot of the really good scientists were now typically they had a lot of stuff in, I don't know. And we're dying again. That's how it is. I mean, yeah, Fahrenheit is kind of long. Celsius, on the other hand. Wait. Celsius. That's like 3 Fahrenheit. I don't know. I typically see the number of syllables to be the big thing as to whether... Okay, this is definitely not working for me. Yeah, that is kind of interesting. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's very interesting, actually. I did not know that. Wait, maybe I'm trying to go in an area I shouldn't be going into. Wait. Now, I know that there's some stuff over there that I can look into, but... I guess we'll just start over and start from the beginning. Look at that. Isn't that just something else, though? You know, you come for Spyro the Dragon, and then we get talking about units of measurement. I'd say it's been a very productive day. Though I guess you're more so here to interact with me specifically, but it is kind of funny. Though I guess that's just kind of how a lot of them are. Huh, that's actually the first time that I've seen the ice guys over here today. Unfortunately, they're not quite as good as they think they are. And they're no Harry Potter. Alright. There we go. And this is the end of it. And that is the end of that. Well, that's how I do it. Ick. Yeah, we're gonna need a counter for that level because that was way too many deaths for one level. Let's see, I remember mentioning that I didn't need like 100 lives. I'm pretty sure that a good chunk of the guys here are just Hogwarts rejects. I mean, they're not even... Like, I don't even think they would have even gotten through the... Oh, that's interesting. So, wait. Huh. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Honestly, I really never knew how that was pronounced. The, that O thing. With the two dots on it. Yeah, I never really have seen how that one's pronounced. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that almost everybody in this world is probably a Hogwarts reject. I don't even think they would have even gotten through the College of Winterhold, and that is, you know, and like that, and in that place, you know, the guy who took over that place after a while, he didn't even know any magic. Okay, now I'm just doing too much reference stuff. Also, I have never gotten this angle before. That's a new one. That's a new one. The game dying on me? I'd hope not. But then again, you really never do know, do you? Okay. These things. You want to talk about things that scared me so much. These things right here. I hated them. Honestly, I still hate them. Anything that has more than 5 legs scares the crap out of me. Ugh, jeez. And they're metal. Like, the worst possible combination. Ugh. Yep, very terrifying. Very, very terrifying. Okay, and we'll try to run over here. Alright. Jeez. Do not like dealing with those guys.
When I become big and strong like you, I'll squash them all.
Yeah.
Until then, remember that supercharge
Very.
makes you invincible.
Oh, yeah, and then you gotta supercharge through the... yep, very... Yeah, I remember this one being very tiring to deal with. Oh, yeah, High Caves is not... Yeah, it's definitely one of the more annoying levels. Ugh. A lot of stuff to deal with. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but for whatever reason, this particular section of the game always really just kind of scared me. But then again, I was a little kid in those days, so I guess I was kind of scared of everything. So I guess it shouldn't be too surprising. Couldn't even go outside and see my own shadow most days without getting a little bit worked up over it. Not these days. Those ants only mildly terrify me. Well, they're not really... I guess they're really more spiders than anything else. So they look like ants in the original version. Oh, well, I guess we're doing this now. Not doing very good at it, though. Come on, Mr. Thief. And thank you for watching, Russell. Yeah, I'm very, really nice to see a decent number of people showing up for this one. I guess that's what happens when you actually advertise stuff. Yeah, but the, A and day without the Y. So, I guess would be it. Something along those lines. It is a bit awkward to say. But then again, there's a lot of things that are awkward to say if you've never said them before, so... I guess it's just kind of how it is. Language is fun. When it isn't beyond tedious. Okay, now how do I get out of here? This purgatory? Am I just expected to dive off into oblivion? Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Unfortunately, with the whole debut, it completely ended up falling through because I didn't, I don't really know what happened with it. What? Oh, yeah, I forgot these guys. I forgot this happened. Yeah, but with the, with my debut, that whole, unfortunately, that kind of ended up falling through because of the, mostly just because my, I don't know what happened, honestly. Throughout the day, though, my internet just completely died for the whole thing.
Try combining your supercharge with
I was kind of tempted to just start over and see what happened, but honestly, I just didn't, I just didn't know if it would be, I just didn't think it would be a good idea to just do it. So at this point, it, felt like it would probably just be the best idea to just kind of try to go on from there, Yeah, but unfortunately, for whatever reason, that entire thing, it's really sad too, because I tried to pick as good a day as I could. I looked for the clearest weather possible, and then for whatever reason, it just wouldn't work. It was beyond frustrating, to say the least. But that's just how it is sometimes. They can't all be winners. It's just a little bit frustrating when the one that you really wanted to be a winner is not a winner. Ugh. I'd be lying, though, if I said I wasn't a little bit crushed after everything just kind of ended up falling through. Got so bad, though, that even OBS wasn't even going to take any of it. Like, it just wouldn't, none of it would work. Like, I couldn't get anything fixed. I got a bunch of weird encoding errors on OBS, and it just, yeah, it's just, wow, this is not being easy on me. Yeah, but I certainly would have liked the debut to have been a bit more than what it was, unfortunately. But that, I guess it just wasn't meant to be. I suppose that when it came down to it, the debut itself ultimately didn't really go too bad for what it was. It's just that the... Now, how is this supposed to... Nope. That's not it. Oh yeah, I'm not overly concerned about that. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna let it get me down. Of course, I'm still at the very beginning of this road. So I'm by no means going to let a few bad moments, you know, prevent me from, well, just keeping at what I've been doing. I don't intend to go, quitting or anything like that just because of a couple of, just because of a not quite so perfect debut. Okay, I can make this. And now. Nope. That's not how it is. I think I'm going at that from the wrong direction entirely. I'll turn around and start from somewhere else. Yeah, but, you know, that's just kind of, you know, that's my mentality on a lot of things. I don't, I typically don't think it's a, I don't think it's very healthy to go, you know, getting all worked up over every little thing, you know. You know, you gotta look at it all as just, you know, one moment. And, oh, okay, I did that wrong. Oh, well, we got some gems out of it. Ah, okay, I remember how this worked. We'd go down here. Or was that how it worked? Well, we'll figure it out one way or another. And that's me not figuring it out. Either way. So we're gonna go back up there and try to remember where we were supposed to go. There was a little cave that I remember seeing. Down here. And that's not how you're supposed to get to it. Overshot it. I very much remember the supercharged stuff being very annoying to deal with. When I first... Yep. Very annoying. Well, at least I don't lose a life every time I... Oops. Dang it. Every time I mess up. I really don't know how that stuff works. I think it has something to do with being a partner. I don't know if you can get super chats without that. I did look into it because I was a bit curious and, you know, I thought, well, may as well, you know. I'm not somebody who's overly concerned about whether or not I can get that stuff, but... You know, but I think it probably has something to do with subscribers or viewers. I'm thinking you have to be partnered for it to work out in the end. Though I can't remember... Though I guess I've never really gotten any clear confirmation on it. One of these days I probably will. At the moment I don't want to really come across like I'm focusing too much, however, on, you know, actually on the money or anything like that. You know, there's a lot of reasons why I'm doing this. And that's pretty much going to be around the bottom of the list, I guess I'd say. Though I do admit it would be nice if I could do something like this full time. As is unfortunate because well, that just means better quality in general, you know. Okay, so we got that. Yeah, this is very frustrating. Alright. Trying to get this one. Yeah, I admit I probably am a little bit cringe from time to time. You know, but I guess, you know, so what if I am? What matters most is that I'm able to enjoy myself. And I feel like I am really botching this up. Okay, wait, what are we looking for? Let's just turn back around and see what we can find at the very beginning. Ah, yes, we gotta kill those guys. So, maybe... Yeah, I've got nothing on that front. Oh. Duh. Of course it wasn't that sharp a turn I had to make. Come on now. YouTube's part. Yeah, I mean, I understand why they do it like that. Though, in all honesty, it's, you know, I find it a bit odd that they're, I do find it a bit odd that their, entire, that they both, I do find it a little bit odd that they are more than willing to advertise on smaller creators, but they don't really care oh jeez. They're more than willing to advertise on smaller creators, but they don't really put too much effort in to try to get... But they don't really care to help them with any of the stuff on that. Or, yeah, I'm just losing track of how to say everything. Yeah, but the program itself is, I understand why it is the way it is, because I guess they can't just have anybody just walking in and, you know, making a profit off of it. It could be a liability. I don't know. Though, I really don't know for sure if it really would be that much of a liability, honestly. But then again, you never do know. There we go. And I barely made it that time. But, yeah, I do admit, though, it is a bit frustrating, though, that these things end up having to take so much time. But at least that'll give me a little bit more time to figure out certain other elements, like the, that'll give me more time to work on getting some other stuff like the... Oh! Well, these things are very... Ugh. Nope. Don't like those spiders. But... Yeah, but that'll at least give me... having to spend a bit more time waiting on this stuff will at the very least give me a bit more time to figure out how to make it work. Because they do admit I'm... Alright, you know what? We'll just power right on through it all. Oh, okay. I tell ya. Wasn't a very funny prank, Gandalf. Well, maybe it was a little, but... It's only funny when it's someone else. also gotta say, I absolutely adore the way that they have the power-ups in this game. It just looks so cool. That is one area that I can definitely say was a massive improvement from the original. Back when the power-ups were all depicted using Spyro recolors. And now comes the fun part of having completed a level. It's not completed yet. You have to find the little... the occasional little, thing, you know, the occasional gem here and there that you missed because you either didn't know where it was, or it was in an... or you weren't checking very carefully, or it was in an obscure location and nobody wanted to let you know. Also, it took me a bit, but I only just now realized that these sheep do in fact have antelope horns. I think that's what they are. I can't remember for sure. I don't know. It's just funny though. But you know, they're magic sheep, so you know, it makes them more interesting. Gives them more visual flair, I guess. Alright then, let's try to figure out where the last one is. Alright, fine. I give up. I give up. Alright then, we'll just... I guess we need to go a bit further back to get more of a feel for where everything is. Alright. Right here? Nope, nothing around there. How about over here? Up there then. Okay, okay. I was just wondering if that was actually, if I could actually get there. So... oh, yep, there it is. Got that. And that. Don't worry. By the time I'm done with all of this, it'll be, I'll have completed the entire game. And I intend to get to that bonus level at the very end. I'll do that for the whole trilogy. These, because why not? It's been a while since I've completed all the Spyro games. And there we are. Going home. Ugh. Alright, and now I'm trying to remember how many more levels were on this one. I feel like there were a couple at least. See, there's that one, and I just got whacked. You know, some people prefer to use magic, but others prefer to go full-on white mage and hit you with a stick. I can respect that. Nothing quite like a burly monk, you know? Except, typically monks are regarded as burly in that context. But I think the best way I think the best way to show them off is to have them, you know, just like, you know, your typical friar sort of look, you know? I don't know. I don't know. Okay. And I could have gotten that. Got that. Oh geez, I am not able to follow this one bit. Yep, this one I think is gonna probably take a couple of tries. Though this is also the only one that I haven't played in a while, so we'll see how that goes. But you know, it's a bit crazy when you have to have a bunch of directional signs to let you know where you have to go. And that's the end of that. Well, I'm no quitter. Time for round 2. And we will start with the rings. Because now that I think about it, you always start with the rings. It's like the only, I don't know. And plus 2. Yeah, but these are always a bit rough to go through. Mostly just because it's a completely different way to play the game. And there's that. And now I have to destroy the chests. However, I do not know where the chests are. Oh dear, I feel like I've already messed this one up pretty bad. Well, I can't all be winners. At least I got all the rings. Right? Of course, it isn't until after you get to the big part at the end where where it all just kind of starts getting a bit crazy, I guess. Or, I don't know. I'm just rambling now. And that is one area I gotta work on. I ramble. I ramble. Not a 10 though. Well, maybe a little here and there. Alright. And I guess maybe I'll try to see what happens if I go after these guys first instead. Maybe that will get me where I need to be. And that actually might have been the correct solution to this puzzle. Oh no. Till it wasn't. Oh geez. I missed one, that's what happened. Okay, we got that. And now I have to find the last plane. Barely didn't make it. Well, that's how it is. Alright. Gotta go through the rings, then some arches. And yes, I agree. The rings are very tedious. But hey, at least this isn't like Spyro 2. Spyro 2 had a grand total of, I think, like, well over 100 rings when you include the extra, like the extra stuff in it. Like, that one had a load of rings. I messed it up again. But I'm not stopping. Alright. Oh wait, but this is gonna end badly, isn't it? I just try to follow the path, I might catch up with one of them from behind when I get there. That might just be a plan. Actually, this might be the... Come on, I can make it. There we go. And a Hollywood finish of only 1 second left. I basically just defused a bomb. Except I totally didn't, because I'm not smart enough to do that. Yeah, but I don't know what it was about the Magic Crafters world. It just always had a lot of stuff in it, I guess, that used to scare me a lot as a kid. It's funny because it's also one of the worlds that I remember most fondly. I guess that's just kind of how it is sometimes. Alright. And I should probably find all the gems over here first. We've got at least a few remaining. Yeah. We've got to find 29. Or no, wait, sorry, 39. 39 gems because the older dragons don't know how to. They've got debts they need to pay off. In reality, they were the villains all along. Nasty Nork is just I don't know, a debt shark. Yeah, one of these days I'll totally get hired as a writer. Not that was ever really much of an aspiration I had, but definitely got that going for me. Okay. And look at that. I know I've seen one lying around here. Dante's Inferno, that's an interesting one. That might be an interesting one to check out. Maybe I can read excerpts from the book while I play. Or was it a poem? I think it was, well, whatever, you know, the source material. Maybe then critique the accuracy of it. Oh wait, yeah, there was one over here. There we are. I only just now remembered that I kept seeing this hole over here and never bothered to check what it was. What's that? It looks like you should be able to interact with it, but I don't know if I can. Ah, but that's just how details are. Okay, wait. So we go down here, maybe. So is Divine Comedy specifically a genre, or is it... Or was that the name of the original source? Because I think I've heard it done multiple times. Or I've heard the name multiple times. Okay, wait. I think there was a way for me to get up there. Remember for sure. There was a rocket somewhere to blow open that thing. Yeah, so well, I've sworn. Yeah, been a while since I played through this one. Ugh. Okay. maybe... But that's where we come in from. And there's no way they'd leave it up there. Well, yeah, I know that, I do know that, you know, that's... The term poem is always a bit oddly used, I guess, in that area. I guess because we typically think of poems as really short most of the time. But some of them were just, you know, like complete epics, you know. Not really long, a lot of stuff to them. But, you know, the, let's see, yeah, maybe that, I don't know. Yeah, but the way that a lot of it is the, ugh. Well, typically something does have to be pretty big to be epic. You know, I'm pretty sure Epic Games wasn't called that at one point, and I'm gonna see myself out now. That was very cringe. Very cringe. Very cringe. Also, that death was definitely not intentional, but I ran with it. I ran with it. You know, you get something going and then you just take it, you know? Okay. Yeah, I can't for the life of me remember where that bottle rocket went. I had to use this to get it. Yeah, I think maybe it was somewhere up there, maybe? Because they don't exactly have to be in the same spot that the... They're gonna have to be within line of sight of the thing to be able to blow them up. Yeah. What can I say? Some of these jumps are always gonna be a bit on the tedious side. Now that I think about it, though, I think I'm missing a stage. Because I could have sworn that there was one that was basically supercharge the level, you know. But I can't remember for sure where it was. High caves. No. Wait, was there a bottle rocket? I don't think I see one. Okay, that's probably somewhere else. Ugh. Very frustrating trying to find stuff sometimes. Yeah, that was one of those things that I was aware of was in Dante's Inferno. So it is a bit, so it does make the idea of streaming it a bit difficult. I don't know for sure how other platforms like Twitch are. I'm definitely not afraid to take something over to Twitch if I need to. Might maybe attempt another OSU stream once I figure out how to make that work. Though who knows on that front. It really was just that one.
Thank you, Spyro, for recovering. Hop aboard for the Beast Maker. Would you like to go?
But you know, my understanding though is that hell isn't the best place. So, you know. Of course, it's probably gonna require a bit of censoring though. Damn. You wanna talk about hell though right now. I'm gonna find that bottle rocket. I really can't remember where it was. The saddest feeling when you've played a game like 100 times and you can't, and there's just that one little thing you can't remember. I think it was on a ledge somewhere. I don't know. I guess I'll go in and deal with that boss and then we'll go over it again with the clear head maybe. let's go deal with this one. Very eerie sky. Yep. But, yeah, I don't really remember any skies like that. I don't really remember any ones that look like that in the original. Yeah, I don't know what's been up with Spyro going a bit too high earlier. For some reason he was just doing that though. Not this time though. Can I? Yeah, I can charge them. Is that useful information? Probably not. I'll probably just flame them anyways. That's easy. Path of least resistance. Always remember that. Very important to remember that. Getting shocked is not path of least resistance. See, these guys know what they're doing. They at least got kicked out of Hogwarts because they got a little bit too, I don't know. They messed around with stuff they shouldn't be messing around with. Because they weren't a main character. Okay. Got that. I enjoy the fact that these guys are pretty much just, just saying wow to everything. Alright. I know it's really incredible. I don't know what you're doing, but, like, you see, that's how you know that you're very green as a wizard. When every little thing you do, it just has you saying wow. The weirdest feeling. I'm still like I've never really gotten used to like, because I played a lot of Spyro 2 over the years, I was never quite able to get used to the not having the hover. It's the weirdest thing when you think about it, because the first Spyro always had it. Yeah, I do admit some I do know that there are some stuff that's unfortunately a bit of a difficult thing to do as far as streaming is concerned. I know that Nintendo's also pretty bad about stuff. Oh, well, there's that. Ugh, man. Yeah, some of these are very rough. Very rough. Ugh. Alright. Well, it'd be a lot rougher without just running right into stuff. There we go. Also, these bosses are very lame. That's one area I can assure you Spyro 2 did better. Though I don't think many people will disagree with me on that one. You gotta wait, I need treasure. Wait. Isn't that that guy from Assassin's Creed? The heck? Has this guy been here all these years and I never noticed?
Who are you again?
Oh, that is funny. Yeah, that. I remember that one. I remember that one. I've seen it, and now I'll never forget it. And that's just me messing up again. Got a little bit too impatient there. Man, though. Like, you never notice this stuff, and then, like, when you do see it, you can't never unsee it. It's like the weirdest thing. Alright. There we go. Wait, okay. Getting a little bit high up. There we go. Millie he doesn't seem to like me doing that. Yep. Very lean bosses. Very lean bosses. Oh, wait. Is that... Okay, then. Yep. That extra 75 is gonna kill me, though, if I don't figure out where to find the... how to get to it. But, you know, that's just kind of how it is, I guess, at times. Oh, jeez. My mic ended up getting moved for some reason. Gotta watch stuff like that. Alright then. So, I got... Yep, I just don't know where it could be. That's the problem. I feel like I've checked everywhere. Maybe if I... Well, don't get whacked. Okay, and... Yep, I can't not hear them saying wow now. And I suppose you're free to interpret that however you want. You know, are they saying wow in astonishment that, you know, their magic is actually working? Or are they saying wow as in the RPG, the World of Warcraft, the MMO RPG specifically? I don't know. Wait, what? I totally hit him. Oh, that's very frustrating. Yeah. That's how it is. That's how it is. Yeah. No. Yeah, but I feel like there's something I'm missing here. Worst part is, I don't know for sure. Oh, you know what? I think there was an extra thing that I did miss. There it is! Ugh. Worst part is, I remembered that too. Like, I kept remembering the level existed, but then... now I've done everything out of sequence, and I have to do it all over again. Oh well. Yeah, isn't that one the, let's see, wasn't that one the, Lord of the Rings one, I think? Open world games, I think, are always good for streaming, just because there's a lot of, stuff you can do. Like, I've at least found that, I think that the way that I've at least seen a lot of the stuff with it, the best games to stream typically are ones that have a lot of variability. So like games that have a lot of stuff that, you know, you can add to it. I at least think that linear games typically aren't the best for figuring out what's... and it's honestly part of the reason why I really enjoyed doing Metal Gear Solid 5 when I did. Because there's a lot of weird stuff you can do with it. Oh, well, there's that. It's also part of the reason why I feel like when I did, why I do admit I will question whether or not the Assassin's Creed games are all that good to do. Because I have, I did do 4 a bit ago, about a few weeks ago. You know, this game has sort of has has orcs of a sort in it too. So, but I don't know. But then again, these are different. They're a different variety entirely. And thankfully, I'm not getting myself killed by every little thing now. Man. I just now realized that those guys kind of remind me of the black mages from Final Fantasy. And that's just kind of had me... I don't know, it's just kind of funny, I guess. Ugh. Jarvis now, what the heck are these names?
Wizard Peak. This is my favorite supercharged spot.
What the heck are they?
Those wizards.
Like, does it just so happen that like there's like 1,000 pop culture references in Spyro that weren't even pop culture references at the time? What the heck? Yeah, that probably would make for an interesting thing to sit down and play, though. Something with a lot of variability. So, you know, that means that my own streams of it would at the very least be a bit more unique in comparison to... Well, maybe not necessarily massively unique, but they would be able to stand out on their own for having certain different stuff in it. Okay. Nope. That's not how you do it. Ugh. No. Alright. Yeah, I will say one thing though, when the streams come out, when the connections end up coming out good, they're typically really good. I have had no issues, at least no major ones so far, which is nice. Oops. No mate. I'd say it could almost be made into a game for anybody who decides to watch the replay. Your price for playing is, I can't really think of anything in particular I could give you. You see, that's why you shouldn't just sit on ledges like that. It's very dangerous. Speaking of not sitting on ledges, I do not know how to get back. Uh-oh. Well, this isn't a good one, but let's see if we can get down here. Got that at least. There we are. Oh, this is gonna be a fun one. Ugh. I can very much tell that.
Well done, Spyro. Thank you for releasing me.
But you know what? At least he didn't just say that. And I'm pretty sure in the original it was just a straight thank you for releasing me. I think they did change a few of the lines because they were kind of, you know, because people kind of made fun of them for that. As they rightfully should. As they rightfully should. But because repeating the same line over and over typically doesn't get you anywhere. Because repeating the same line over and over doesn't typically get you anywhere. Right. Okay, get that. Now, how do you get up here? I tell you, these sheep. They appear in some weird places. Alright. That might be something interesting to do as far as, you know, building a community, I suppose. Probably wouldn't be the worst idea, yeah. Okay, the worst case scenario, even if you do end up making a dead Discord server, the emotes will always be there. There. And now all the eggs are found. Alright. And that's that. Still have some gems left to find.
Listen carefully,
After
Spyro.
all these crazy names,
There's a
now I'm
secret
suddenly
area
finding
in the
Lucas.
artisan's home world near
Yep,
the
that's how it
waterfall.
is.
Try
That's how
jumping
it is
on the stones
sometimes.
Artisan's home
Ugh.
waterfall. Sounds good.
Sorry, I already did that. Because this game doesn't require you to have completed it. Which, in my opinion, any, good game should definitely not go forcing you to, you should never feel compelled to have to do something. It is very nice to hear, honestly. I admit I haven't seen much interaction from Razorwind lately, so I was kind of wondering if he was going to be streaming. Though I suppose that's just kind of how this stuff is typically. You can't go constantly interacting with everybody or constantly interacting with people to let them know about all that. I'll definitely make sure that I check them out though when they do finally start popping up. Oh dear. Okay. Alright. And there's that. Alright. But now I think I should be able to make that jump with that. I remember for sure though. Some of the jumps in this game can be a little bit weird. Maybe not. Let's see, was this where you started? I actually can't remember. Well, I guess that's just kind of how they are sometimes. You can't win them all after all. Whoop. Yeah, I do know that. Building models can certainly be a bit of an extensive process at times. Maybe... Oh, wait. Oops. I do admit it's typically, though, a bit better to probably, spend a little bit of time trying to put everything together before just, cutting on the stream and just, calling it a day from there. Alright. So we've got up there. And that. So we've got, let's see. Yeah, some of these are a little bit weird. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I feel like it was a different stage that had this. I don't remember this one. Though I suppose that's just the memory being a bit off. Memories are, by their very nature, unreliable after all. Well, was I saved by an invisible wall there? Or did Spyro manage to just get cracked on? Well, there's no shame in taking your time in anything. The last thing you want to do is just sort of dive in without any clues to what you're doing, after all. Because in my experience, just kind of diving into stuff tends to... Well, I mean, you can see some good results out of it from time to time, but you don't always see the best. Though at the same time, if you never kind of just dive in, I suppose that at that point it ends up being a bit too, it can be a little bit difficult to bounce back from it in those cases. Because I do admit there have been a lot of times when I wanted to do something and then just never really wanted... and could just never get around to it because, you know, I was too afraid to. Look at that save. Okay. And there was another one somewhere around here who needs to be dealt with. Nope. That's definitely not it. Oops. Without that audible whistle. Nice. Yeah, and you know, that's the thing. Typically speaking, generally the tests are normally pretty, they're not too bad. And I would say that I don't really regret doing all the, I don't regret doing all of the test streams. Because I think that there were a lot of really good practice for me to figure out where I was going with a lot of my stuff. Admittedly, I don't really, it was always kind of a little bit weird for me though, just because I'd never streamed before. So it was kind of a bit of a different sort of thing. So I kind of ended up going from 0 to, well, where I am now. And that has taken a lot of, falling right through the ground there. And that's taken a lot of figuring out in some cases. But yeah, testing stuff out is always a good idea generally beforehand. Trust me, I've had a lot of times when I went into something without testing first. A lot of those times ended very, very badly. I distinctly remember, let's see, I had one stream that was mostly black screen because I didn't know how to because I couldn't check if OBS was recording. Yep, audio problems are, in my opinion, some of the most difficult to resolve. I've spent a lot of time trying to figure out those parts of it, because the audio is something that really messed me up initially. At that point, I suppose that really most of it just comes down to your hardware. If your mic, you know, you gotta have a decent enough mic for it, I suppose. And unfortunately, there's not really many ways to resolve it past that. Though even then, my mic isn't really the top of the line or anything. I'm just using the blue snowball, I think. Yeah, and that one's a bit of it's a good mic, I think. I got it for, I think, $50. Not a bad price. Especially for the quality. Okay. Now that wizard was somewhere around here. Gotta remember the layout of the level. Because he is, Yeah, but once you get the stream going out right, that's typically where it's going to really... That's where you may notice a few problems here and there. Oops. Yikes, I'm just messing this one up today. No, not today, but just this particular stage. Yeah, it works well enough for my setup. Might switch over to something a little bit better down the line, but for the time being, it's perfectly good for well, what I need it to be for. Certainly better than the last one I was going with. Okay, wait. Let's go into the settings. And now we're gonna maybe do a little bit of something that might be argued as cheating. Okay, so it's in that bottom left corner of it. And now we'll just try to get back to where we were and see if we can figure out how to get to Mr. Wizard over there from there. I mean, I'm not necessarily cheating. I'm just having trouble remembering the layout of the stage because it's kind of a weird stage. Okay, wait, no. Can't find him there. Darn. Let's see here. Yeah, but I guess I'll probably wrap things up after I finish all of these in Magic Crafters. I think that'll probably be a good place to stop for next, so we can get everything going next time. I think that should give me exactly halfway through the game, which I'd say is pretty impressive. Or maybe it just shows that I've played these games way more than I should have. Either way. Okay, so we got that one up there. And he's gotta be somewhere around here. Or maybe I'm just misremembering stuff. Oh, wait. Maybe. No. Yeah, I don't know. But, yeah. Alright then, so yeah. Gonna... Maybe instead he was somewhere... you know, he was on the other side, I think. So then I would instead have to go over here. And then... if I were to drop down somewhere around here, I think. Yeah, this is weird. I'm having trouble figuring out this layout. Oh, wait, I think that was it. Up there. All right. Cool. Cool. I think I've got it figured out. Though I guess we'll have to see how that goes. Why not exactly the end of it? So let's take a look at okay, it's more like a hole in the wall. Alright. So then we're going to go over here. And then we'll go. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I probably, yeah, I'm definitely, I definitely am a bit interested in looking into some networking here and there. After all, I don't want to, trying to strike it out alone isn't typically the best way to get anywhere half the time. And I do enjoy the extra. I do enjoy the extra conversation here and there. Oh, there it is. Okay, I found him. All right. You know what we have to do now. So we're gonna go do it. Been very frustrating, and I think it's cost me more lives than cost me. I think I came in here at 14. And here I was earlier saying that lives were worthless. Serves me right. But I still never did get those lives that were... It was like 3 extra lives, I think is what it was. Totally optional, but sitting there, taunting me, demanding I go for them. Though also I think it's equivalently likely that it was just some developer trick to make me do something stupid. Or make me wonder why I do it. I would love to do some collabs here and there. I admit I do worry somewhat about my Wi-Fi on that front, though I do think that provided we take care with that stuff. You know, my internet isn't like the best on that front, so. But I definitely do think it probably would at least be worth a shot at any rate. See what happens. And there we go, finally completed. Well, these are getting progressively harder and harder. Okay, so now I just need to find that last bottle rocket, and then I think I'll probably wrap things up from there. Don't want to go burning myself out after all. Ugh. And then, provided that I go through everything correctly, I should be able to finish off the rest of the game next stream. Though nothing wrong if I don't. It'll just be how it is in that case. Alright. I gotta actually hit them. Maybe over there? I can't remember. Over here, maybe? Over here, perhaps. No. Let's see then. Okay, so I'm just missing the... Let's see then. This over here? This is line of sight from it, but that doesn't really matter that much because these things move whenever they want to. Is that? Okay. Alright, it was... Maybe there was one in this room. Can't go on well, I feel like if I keep going at it, it's gonna take me almost an hour. Wait, I feel like I remember it being on a ledge, but I just can't remember. I guess that's what happens when you haven't played a game in a while. Though I suppose that for collectathons, that's kind of to be expected. As for that... Over here, maybe? No, not there. Maybe... Maybe it's just in the same general area. But that would be a bit boring. That make all too much sense. I'm just gonna sit down and pretend that was totally intentional. Just barely missing that. Barely making, I mean. So, we've got that. Ugh. Yeah. Well, I think I might probably just decide to wrap it up anyways. Siphon filter? What's that? That's admittedly one that I have. That's a bit of a new term right there. Oh, of course. I'm stupid. I was supposed to supercharge it. I spent all this time looking for that. Ah, yep. That's how it is. That is how it is. All right. There we go. Finally. All right then. And with that, I am going to call it a day. Thank you to everybody who has watched through all of this. I do really appreciate just everybody who decided to come and interact in the chat and all that. It's honestly been really nice. This is the first time I've actually had people interact with me. Oh, whoa. Okay, that was funny. I didn't know that was a thing. Anyways, but yeah, thank you all. Thanks just to everybody who did, who's currently watching and everybody who has watched. And I guess I will see you guys next stream. Bye.